What's up, everybody? It's the Alex Leak and Friends College Football Podcast, Episode 2. I'm your host, Alex Leak. We got Dustin on the show. What's up, Dustin?
So, man, thanks for having me.
Good to have you on. The college football season is here. We've waited all off season, all summer for college football to get here. Last Saturday we got a couple games. Last night we got a couple really good games. And now we get to look forward to my Spartans play tonight against the Western Michigan, and then Saturday, great games all day, and your Notre Dame Fighting Irish really cap it off with an excellent game Saturday night. You excited?
I'm very excited, but nervous at the same time.
Yeah, but I mean, so many good games are going to be happening tomorrow, and yeah, that Ohio State game, Ohio State Notre Dame, that's going to be a really big game. I can't wait. I think a lot of people think they know what's going to happen, but we don't know for sure. No one knows for sure. I can't wait to kick off and watch it unfold,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm one of the ones that are skeptical and think I know what's going to happen, but at the end of the day, it's just me being a fan and me getting, too nervous about the game.
Well, we can get into it a little bit. I mean, going into Columbus, I mentioned this to Josh last night, like Notre Dame at Ohio State week 1. He's like, who put that schedule together? Who's like, let's go to Columbus to start the season? I mean, everyone knew that was going to be a really tough task when it was scheduled. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anytime, I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter where you have Ohio State on your schedule.
Yeah. If you're going to Columbus, they're going to have home field advantage like crazy, and they're going to be tough to beat. And then when they're as skilled as they are this year, that just adds to it.
Yeah, and, I mean, Columbus is a tough place to play, but if there's a time where Notre Dame would like to play them, it's week 1, so then they can take the other 11 games. And
yeah, I mean, they struggled to start the year last year. Ibrahim from Minnesota was dicing them up, and Minnesota, I believe, was up in that game until he got hurt. And then the next week, Oregon took him down. So if you ever want to play Ohio State, it's probably week 1, week 2.
yeah,
But
and
you could debate they struggled to end the season too, almost losing to Utah and losing to Michigan.
yeah, man. Let's be honest, if Utah starting quarterback Cam Rising doesn't go out late in the 4th, I think Utah scores again to shut that game down.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think I think it's doable, and I think at least Notre Dame can keep it competitive. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. I think Ohio State is going to put up probably 40. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I would say about 40.
And then Notre Dame, that's the big question is, can Notre Dame put up 40 and match it? And I think the biggest question of the game, all eyes are going to be on Tyler Buchner.
Oh yeah, Tyler Buchner is his first year starting, and man, he's got a lot to prove.
What would you do? You'd be running the ball a lot, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you can look, the number one way to beat Ohio State is having the best run game on the field.
Yeah.
Michigan did it. Utah did it. Oregon scored 3 rushing touchdowns against Ohio State in Columbus, and that's how they beat them.
Yep. And a turnover or two would definitely help too. So, it's going to be fun as hell to watch. We're going to be on Notre Dame campus watching that game, so I can't wait. Now, I mean, that's the biggest game, but there's good games. I mean, my Michigan State Spartans play tonight against Western Michigan. I love a Friday night game. I've gone to one Friday night game at East Lansing, and they're a lot of fun. And I expect Michigan State to take care of business, win this one by double digits. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Sparty's going to win this one. I mean, they usually play well against the MAC, but if there is a MAC team that's going to play spoiler, it's always Western.
Yeah, Western's no slouch, and it should be a fun game to watch tonight at 7. Now, what else? What are the good games on Saturday? What's the noon kickoff and stuff? Let's see.
The
Pulling it
new
up now.
kickoff really Michigan,
Uh,
Colorado, but
Colorado State at Michigan. Michigan should take care of business there.
yep.
So 3:30. You're being bold here. You're taking Oregon at Georgia, or no? This is what? Isn't this a neutral Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta? So kind of neutral, but pretty pro Georgia.
Oh yeah, that's always 90% Georgia fans.
Yeah. And you're telling me Oregon's gonna go win that?
Look, if you look at Oregon's track record in the first couple weeks, they are always spoiler to a big, team. I mean, like last year, they beat the Buckeyes. I
Yeah.
mean, Georgia, and I know that they reload on defense, but a lot of people underestimate Oregon's offensive talent. I mean, they don't stick out to you, but they explode. Like, they're very explosive guys.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'll be a decent game. I really do. How do you is Georgia's defense gonna be as dominant as they were last year, or are they gonna take a step back?
Well, that remains to be seen. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, they had what 7 guys drafted last year just on
Yeah,
defense.
no. It's like, can you replace all that? Can you
Well,
replace Walker, Nakobe Dean, Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis?
yeah, that's the question. And some of those guys are generational talents.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm still taking Georgia. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be, it's not. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think Georgia wins.
what would you say the score range is?
That's hard to say because I mean, I've got in my head what they did to Clemson week 1 last year. Remember that? Was it like 10-0?
10-3.
10-3, yeah. So I don't know, but I think it will be lower scoring. I'll give them some credit. I'll say like 17-10.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So that'll be a fun game to watch at 3:30. Also competing with that game on ESPN, number 23 Cincinnati at number 19 Arkansas.
Give me Arkansas big.
Okay. Well, I mean, Cincy was damn good last year, but they lost Desmond Ritter. Do you think Cincy's not going to be as competitive now this year?
I mean, they're going to be good, but I just have high expectations for Arkansas.
Who's Arkansas's quarterback? I know you like him.
KJ Jefferson.
Yeah. Look, if Arkansas is good, I'll root for Arkansas. Like, I like it when Arkansas is good. They can, they can beat the best in the country at times.
And look, they have at least 85% of their team coming back with the guys who Alabama only to a 6-point loss last year.
Yeah.
This team is dangerous out of the SEC. Georgia better not take them lightly, and Bama better not take them lightly because Arkansas will play spoiler.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'll definitely keep an eye on them. Any other games? How about? So I didn't know this was week 1. Utah at Florida.
Oh yeah, that's
at 7. Man, so is Florida going to be good this year? Do you think? Do you know who Florida quarterback is and what they look like?
Florida's quarterback is Richardson, and I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to be middle pack SEC.
Yeah. So Utah at Florida. Do the Gators have a shot here?
They have a shot, but man, Utah, that is one of my sleepers in the college football playoff.
Is that Cam Rising back?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So that'll be fun to watch.
He's a name that everybody in the college football world.
It says right here the line is Utah -3. You know what? This is a bold prediction. I'm taking Florida at the Swamp.
Ooh.
I'm taking Florida to beat number 7 week 1. Play spoiler.
That's crazy.
I
Well,
mean,
look,
Florida hasn't done anything to really prove it to me, but I like to root for Florida. College football is good when Florida's good, and a win over number 7 to start the season. Plus, the Swamp is always tough to play at, you know?
oh yeah, the Swamp is no joke.
Yeah.
Hey, let me say this real quick. Yeah, for our college football listeners, pay attention to the name Cam Rising. That kid's gonna be a star this year.
All right, yeah. I mean, if you can go and win in Florida to start the year, that would be pretty impressive.
And I mean, just the way that he played against Ohio State, you know,
Mm-hmm.
keep an eye.
So at noon, number 13, NC State at East Carolina. Any chance, any risk of North Carolina State going down?
I don't think so because Devin Leary, their starting quarterback, is going to be amongst the best in college football.
Okay.
So I think North Carolina actually, you're going to call me crazy, but they might be my pick to win the ACC.
All right. NC State.
Yeah.
They're 11.5-point favorite, so that goes with what you're saying. I say keep an eye on this game. East Carolina, you never know. They could surprise some people. Keep an eye on it. I don't think it's gonna be like a sure thing, a blowout or nothing. I think East Carolina covers. Gets under that 11.5.
Oh, wow.
I could be wrong. Oklahoma, UTEP. Oklahoma should take care of business there. A new era, new regime in Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's Brent Venables.
Who's their quarterback now? Do you know?
Their quarterback is it Jackson Arnold? Maybe not. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Dylan Gabriel, that's right from UCF.
Okay. Nice.
I like that kid. Actually, it's not a big drop off from Williams, but you know,
They should take care of business there. Get to 1-0. UTEP 0-2 likely. Houston, UTSA. Any chance Houston gets beat?
oh, UTSA Roadrunners were pretty good last year.
Oh.
I think they finished the season ranked in the top 25.
All right, that's a game to keep an eye on.
Yeah,
I could
it
see
is.
them pulling the upset.
But
What's that?
Nick Toon for Houston is a pretty good quarterback. So,
All right. All right, and then so we're lucky this week. NFL starts Thursday, so this weekend is free, open, and college football takes advantage of that, playing games on Sunday night and Monday night. Sunday night will be Florida State LSU on ABC. LSU 3-point favorite. I mean, Florida State's been so bad recently. LSU should take care of business, right?
well, you're gonna ask me that?
I mean, Brian Kelly's a good coach. I think you agree with that. Like Brian Kelly had Notre Dame on the doorstep, got Notre Dame to a national championship, just couldn't finish the deal. There's something to be said for at least getting there, right? Making the playoff a couple times.
There's no doubt that he's a good coach. I think we're all just bitter by the way he left.
Yeah, well, and he's easy to make fun of because of that whole family incident with his accent.
Me
And
and my
then, he's lost some recruits, on the way too. So, and everyone wants to see, can he get it done in LSU? A lot of people think it was a mistake going to the SEC.
I mean, yeah, because his record against the SEC is not very good being at Notre Dame, but again, he can get guys that Notre Dame can't get.
Yeah. Well,
So,
now you're going up against, Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, the biggest names.
oh yeah, you're going up against the big dogs.
Yeah. But
We
I think
we
LSU should take care of business in this game. I think they cover. I think they win by I think they win by double digits.
wow.
Look, I like Florida State when they're good. I got no faith in Florida State for the past like 5 years.
I think that they're getting better under
Yeah.
Mike Norvell. So I'm gonna take Florida State in an upset
Oh,
because I think this game is a neutral site game, right?
it's at the Superdome.
Okay, so it's the Chick-fil-A kickoff or whatever.
Yeah.
Give me because I think Jordan Thomas is a nice quarterback and he's getting better.
All right.
Or Jordan Travis, sorry.
Jordan Travis, yeah. And then Monday night football, number 4 Clemson at Georgia Tech at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium on ESPN. Give me Clemson.
Yeah, Clemson. Game's over early.
Game's over early. Wow.
Georgia Tech just hasn't been that good, and they lost their star running back,
Yeah.
Jameer to Alabama. So,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
on top of that, I need Clemson to remain undefeated until November 5th and then get beat.
How do you feel about Clemson this year? I think we're looking for a big step from that DJ Ugalele, right?
Yeah, DJ Uiagalelei.
However you say his name.
Uh,
um, do you think he takes a step forward? We're used to excellent quarterback play at Clemson.
yeah, I mean, for Clemson to be successful, he has to. Uh,
Yeah. I think
but
Clemson will be good this year.
but let me tell you, Clemson's front seven is the best front seven in America. Like they have 2018 front seven. It's going to be crazy.
Bama and Georgia might have something to say about that. At least Bama. I've
Give
been
me,
hearing I've been hearing good things about Bama's depth and their defense.
yeah, they. I mean, Will Anderson Jr. Obviously, he's a dog,
Yeah.
and
So, looking at the schedule for Clemson at Wake Forest, that'll be their first, test, really, in my opinion. Versus NC State. If they
ooh,
can get past those two undefeated, now you're talking.
yep,
And then the goal is, keep an eye on at Boston College, and then at Notre Dame's the big game versus Miami 2 weeks later. But at Notre Dame is the one. So keep an eye on NC State and Notre Dame as the two potential.
well, yeah, I agree, but you're also kind of sleeping on Miami, Tyler Van Dyke and them boys, Mario Cristobal.
Well, I agree, but if you run the table, if you're undefeated, if you go at Notre Dame and get that win, I'm not scared of Miami.
That's true, and you know,
But
DJ.
if you lose to Notre Dame and you've got a couple losses at that point, then Miami could sneak up and get them.
Yeah, and DJ has to play well, but if he does it, then it'd be time for Cade Klubnik, who was the number one recruit quarterback, I think maybe last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
I'm
pretty
just
good.
I'm just saying, looking at the schedule for Clemson, this is how I see it. If they run the table. They're going to be well tested going into that Notre Dame game, and they got a bye week to prepare for it as well. So keep an eye on that. I think that's a trap game for Notre Dame. if Clemson is like undefeated or one loss, you're going to have your hands full in that game. If they've got a couple losses, then Notre Dame should be able to take care of business. But Clemson's going to be well tested going into that, and I believe well prepared.
Oh yeah, I agree, and they're gonna want revenge, especially losing last time them and Notre Dame played in South Bend.
Yeah, yep. That's in South Bend.
Yeah.
Man, we might have to go to that one.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it sounds good. I can't wait for tonight's game, and then all day tomorrow. Great football action, and then Sunday and Monday night as well. This is what we've been waiting for all summer, and it's finally here. This weekend's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to it, and go Irish, man.
Any bold predictions for the Notre Dame Ohio State game?
You talk about like final score?
Well, yeah, give me your final score,
Okay.
and then I'll give you
40,
mine.
42-27. Unfortunately, I got to go with the Buckeyes.
Okay, 42-27. I say 51-38, Ohio State.
That's a very high scoring game.
Yeah, I just get that feel, and you got 42, I just get the feeling that both teams are going to put up points. My question is, in my opinion, Tyler Buchner and Notre Dame need to put up 40 plus to win this game and to at least be one score.
But
And if you give up 50, you got no shot. You know what I mean? So Notre Dame's defense needs to keep it, reasonable, and then we'll see how many points Notre Dame's offense can put up.
can you believe the over under is only 38 and a half?
I've got 59 right here
Oh,
on ESPN.
oh, okay. I just seen it on FS1.
Double check that. It's a O/U, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine says 59, and the line is Ohio State by 17. Do you think that's disrespectful?
No, just because of they understand how explosive Ohio State is.
You've been hyping up Ohio State the last day, 2 days or so. Man, everyone is beatable. Like, Ohio State's got all the hype in the world. I'm telling you, they're beatable. It might not be Notre Dame opening weekend, but I don't see Ohio State going undefeated. I don't see them winning the Natty this year. I don't.
Yeah, I do. I think they're just gonna destroy every team that they come across.
So you got them going undefeated
Yeah.
and winning the chip?
Unfortunately, yeah.
No, they're not. They're not doing that. They'll have one loss in the regular season, and I don't think they get through the playoffs. They might get to the championship game. I don't think they win it.
Okay, okay. Any thoughts on those two great games yesterday, real quick?
Yeah, those were great games. Um, yeah, Penn State, man. So we were watching, and I was like, that corner, whoever number 9 is a monster. He was past breakups, playing great defense, and I didn't know who he was. And I looked him up as Joey Porter Jr., son of the NFL linebacker Joey Porter. Man, that guy is a dog.
Yeah, he was playing pretty good, and his dad was no slouch either.
Oh, his dad was a monster. He was one of my favorite linebackers to play the game.
Yeah,
Not
I,
only like toughness and talent, but like he was intimidating and he was a trash talker on the field, which I know you can't do anymore. But that was a hard fought game, and that's just typical Purdue. You know what I mean? And And Purdue had multiple opportunities to end it. And in my opinion, they were throwing the ball too much. And I didn't like, and then it wasn't just that they were throwing the ball too much. Then they had bad clock management on the final drive after Penn State scored. So Purdue fans, I think, are sick and tired of seeing this. They're in games, they got a late lead, and they can't finish the deal. And a home loss to Penn State, it's a terrible way to start the year for Purdue fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And even then, you mentioned like Purdue shooting themselves in the foot. Well, how about on the same drive where they kept throwing the ball? It was would they have a penalty? What is that called? Where the center and another,
Um, yeah, what was it? Chop block.
yeah, a shot block, and then they had what, two false starts, right?
Yeah, or at least one. Like they went from potentially a 1st and 10 to like a 3rd and 20. And it
Yeah,
was like, you know, there was a chance to at least go up 6. They were almost in field goal range. And so those penalties screwed them. And then, Penn State took advantage. You can't give Penn State multiple opportunities. Clifford was struggling, but he put it together that final drive and went and took the lead.
yeah. That's Clifford really stepped up when it mattered. I didn't think Clifford was going to do that, but he proved me wrong.
Yeah, and honestly, I give a lot of credit to the play caller. Those were all high percentage throws, and they got him comfortable on that final drive. I really like the play calling. It was just like, here's very well defined reads, and like they just were able to move the ball down the field effectively. And then credit to the defense for making the stop in the end.
Yeah, yeah. Good job.
And then Pitt over West Virginia. That was a great game. Really turned on that pick six.
Yeah, and then it's crazy. It comes down to a catch.
Yeah. Which did you think that was the right call?
Oh man, I mean, I've seen them make calls to where they said that was a catch and a pass. So to me, I think it was, but people have their opinions.
That was the one where it wasn't at the goal line and the ball comes up. Yeah, that was 4th down, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was incomplete in my opinion. He had it, but when his shoulder hits, the ball pops loose and the ball hits the ground as well. It's like the ball can hit the ground if you have possession of it, but if the ball is loose at all and hits the ground, that's incomplete. We saw a very similar call for Penn State Purdue. Purdue had a great catch, and then it was like those are the ones where the degree of difficulty on the catch is so high that you really need to keep an eye on it. It's like the chances are unlikely of it actually being complete. And then if you see the ball move at all or look loose at all along with contact to the ground, you have to call that incomplete, in my opinion.
yeah. And credit to JT Daniels on that throw, man. He had
Yeah.
no, he threw it the best way he could.
Yeah. He competed. He kept him alive. He was trying, and a great effort by the tight end as well to try to make the catch. But, you know, sometimes that's just the way it goes. But hell of a start to the season. I can't wait for tonight's game. And then all day Saturday, man, I'm going to be glued to the TV. I'm going to be getting my drink on. It's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, man. I can't I don't know if I can take it anymore. I'm like sitting here waiting on this game, and I'm like, man, can they play now?
Well, you got a day to go. It's almost here.
Man, college football is back.
But, I think it's a great first episode, great first week of football. We can't wait. We're gonna have my uncle on next week and go over the numbers to the first, week 0 and week 1, and look at the landscape. See who's number 1 in the country, and it'll be fun to follow that along all season long. So, looking forward to it. How about you?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And I hope the one who he says number one is gonna be who I want it to be, but
Well, we'll see tomorrow. But can't wait. Appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Follow along all season long, and it's gonna be a hell of a year. Great stuff, Dustin.
yep, thank you.
And peace out, guys.